throughout the course of these matches, we've seen some more standard things. We've seen the Skarmories, we've seen the Azumarill, Medicham making an appearance as well. So a lot of things I think we expect to see throughout the course of this, but it's always fun to kind of see some more unique picks that maybe other players haven't brought or can catch people off guard.
Right, and to find out what Mr. Masuda is bringing to the stage, let's throw it down to Anna.
All right, guys, this is going to be a fun match to watch. I know you're ready to welcome this next player. Please welcome back to the stage, Junichi Masuda! And to challenge, please welcome Poké. If you guys would come forward and shake hands. Thank you very much. Take your positions and let's get right into this match.
All right, here we go. The very last match for round 1 of the winner's bracket here for the Pokemon Go Invitational. Masuda-san, really excited to see what he's going to be running. I know Poké is someone who is very well versed in Pokemon Go.
Absolutely. And of course, the only player in our tournament today representing Team Valor. So Team Valor, if you're out there, this is your guy.
Got to represent. All right, here we go. Very excited to see what both players have brought. We've seen a lot of Pokemon already throughout the course of this tournament. Let's see what comes out right now. Ooh, okay. It looks like we're about to get started, and it's actually going to be the shiny Altaria, but oh, a Lucario coming out there.
Lucario definitely making its first appearance here in our tournament on the side of Mr. Masuda.
Taking a fair amount of damage immediately from Skarmory, like you mentioned, from Altaria with that Dragon Breath, being able to do a lot of damage consistently. Gonna go for that shield immediately, doesn't want to take potential Sky Attack, and Lucario here gonna opt for looks like a fighting type attack of its own.
Able to get that power-up punch off, and Mr. Masuda looks like he's done some preparation. Able to hit excellent on what I think is one of the most difficult types of attacks to charge up, since it's a little less predictable.
Oh, looks like trying to go for the fighting type attack, but not connecting with everything because the switch menu actually popped up. So both players kind of trading right now. Of course, the shield has been already committed on Mr. Masuda's end. Altaria still not having used the shield. Let's see if Masuda-san uses another shield right now.
Mr. Masuda opting to let that Lucario go, and interesting to see. Looks like he's brought one of his favorite Pokemon to today's tournament.
The Clefable here will be able to get the knockout, so 2v2 right now, but of course, Poké does have the shield remaining, so definitely both shields remaining, so definitely in a pretty good position. Gonna go for that Psycho Boost, see if it's gonna walk into a shield. No shield comes out. Clef taking a lot of damage there.
And Clefable here using Charm, a move that has only recently been added to Pokemon Go. So interesting to see Mr. Masuda feeling confident about this move that maybe a lot of players haven't had a ton of practice with.
There's the Excellent coming out, but going to be a great shield there from Poké. So both players obviously now with one shield remaining, but feels like Poké has the slight advantage right now, getting definitely a better end of the damage trade-off, and will be able to knock out the Clefable. So it's going to be the last one. It's actually going to be, oh, nice, a Psyduck coming out.
Definitely a favorite Pokemon choice by Mr. Masuda here. Let's see if, maybe Psyduck can surprise us.
Going to be able to block out the Azumarill, I think, going for the Ice Beam there. So Psyduck going to try to retaliate with an attack of its own, but of course Poké still has a shield remaining. Let's see, Azumarill actually going to be able to get its charge move off first once again. Which is it going to be? Whoa! Even though the Psyduck resisted, still taking so much damage there from the Hydro Pump. Psyduck going to retaliate with an attack of its own, but oh, the fighting not very effective against Fairy there. So it's doing its best, but not enough, unfortunately, in this match.
Unfortunately, this Psyduck not looking like it can really hang with the Azumarill. Does get that last shield from the Azumarill there, but Psyduck goes down.
I think Psyduck definitely an interesting choice. You know, probably we were talking, are these players going to bring their favorite Pokemon, or are they going to bring what's the strongest? And it feels like this one, maybe Psyduck, a fan favorite of Mr. Masuda.
Absolutely. This is a man with absolutely nothing to prove. A legend in the Pokemon world. So
absolutely.
Definitely can get away with bringing a Psyduck to today's competition.
Exciting to see him have fun with it, though. And Lucario, I think, definitely a kind of cool pick to see earlier on as well. I mean, it feels like Steel typing being so critical in Pokemon Go PvP because of how defensive it is and how well it can take some of these attacks. No surprise to see another Steel type come out, but Skarmory obviously being one of the more common, or the most common one. Kind of cool to see another one make it onto the battlefield.
Right, Lucario definitely an interesting alternative to a Pokemon like Medicham. He fills a similar role to Poliwrath. Unfortunately, with that Steel typing, loses a lot of those matchups against its fellow fighting types.
Here we go, game 2. Poké changing it up, going with Deoxys. We actually see an Umbreon coming out this time. Looks like it only has one charge to move, so ooh, nice switch into the Azumarill. Doesn't want to take a super effective attack here from the Umbreon. Azumarill will be able to really wall that so nicely.
Looks like Mr. Masuda might have missed EV Community Day. So if anyone has a Last Resort Umbreon to trade, maybe offer it up.
Last Resort would have definitely been a very strong option there right now. Unfortunately, right now it's just not cutting it. Umbreon doing some decent damage, but really not the damage you want really from a charge move. And Azumarill being Fairy type, being able to resist that quite nicely.
Right, a great example here of how attending those special events in Pokemon Go really can make a difference as far as building your PvP team. Last Resort, again, would deal much better damage to this Azumarill.
Yeah, and of course in PvP, if you don't have that second charge move, it feels like it puts you in such a disadvantage because typically you'll have at least something that can give you some coverage, right? Maybe something that'll give you at least neutral damage. But right now, Umbreon's kind of forced just doing not very effective damage. All things considered, though, actually being able to do a fair amount and really whittle away at this Azumarill. So despite the fact that Azumarill, of course, resists the foul play coming out from the Umbreon, still being able to do some very solid damage across the board. So I think Masuda honestly might be pretty content with the trade-off given that Umbreon had one charged move.
Right, as a very defensive Pokemon, it is able to keep up despite not dealing very much damage at all.
Is there going to be a shield right now from the Azumarill, opting for the Hydro Pump? No shield comes out, but nice decision not to shield there, of course, being a not very effective attack. We'll get the knockout there onto the Azumarill. So 2-2 right now. Not much shield usage actually earlier on in this game, so we'll see how the remainder of this game plays out. Altaria is going to come in, and oh my goodness, look how quickly it is able to attack with that Dragon Breath.
Mr. Masuda here charging up that electric type attack to deal neutral damage to the Altaria, and still a pretty solid amount of damage.
Yeah, definitely some solid damage. Both players still trading here. I really want to know if, I think we saw the Psyduck actually earlier from Masuda's last Pokemon, so might be a little bit tough to close out the game. He kind of has to rely a lot on this Lantern, but looks like Shield's really coming out. Oh, nice shield there, blocking out the Psycho Boost from the Deoxys. Gonna be, it looks like a Thunderbolt coming out from Lantern's end. Is it able to connect with all of it? Almost all. Gonna be a great, and there is the shield. So kind of both players opting to wait until the end game here for shields this time around, but definitely making a lot of sense.
Masuda-san definitely saving those shields to keep his favorite Pokemon in the battle as long as possible.
And the Psyduck is out. All right, let's see what it's gonna be able to do as Psyduck not with the greatest charge moves, definitely. It's trying his best against Deoxys, but Deoxys is so tanky. All right, here we go. Masuda-san still has one shield left, though. Gonna opt to shield a potential Psycho Boost right now from the Deoxys. Great shield usage there, but of course now no longer has any shields left. Gonna be able to get a charge move off there, though. Let's see. Oh, it's actually the Deoxys getting the charge move off. What is it gonna go for? Of course, gets access to that super effective Thunderbolt. Oh, there it is, and poor Psyduck goes down, and wow. Psyduck, I think, obviously a Pokemon we love to see, but it is definitely not the strongest option in Pokemon Go PvP.
Well, that's the great thing about Pokemon is that, you know, you can bring your favorite Pokemon.
Absolutely.
You'll have a great time.
Yeah, and, you know, was able to put in a fair amount of work. Unfortunately, it was just not a very great matchup. Deoxys having access to a super effective attack makes it a lot less viable in that matchup specifically.
Let's see if Mr. Masuda makes any adjustments here, or if he still wants to close out a battle with that Psyduck. Really, really going for the big upset.
So exciting, though, honestly, and Poké with a quick 2-0 lead. So far we've seen a couple 3-0s. We saw obviously a 3-2, the closest match of the tournament that last round. We're going back to potential 3-0 right now, but let's see if Masuda-san can bring it back. Gonna be the Lucario lead once again, this time against the Deoxys.
Poké definitely feeling good about this lead matchup here, with counter dealing super effective damage to that Lucario.
Right.
Masuda-san going for the power-up punch here. Is he able to hit all the targets? Great.
Oh, so
Unfortunately,
close.
misses that last one there.
Gonna be a shield coming out there actually from the or from the Deoxys, but wow, look how much those counters are doing. He doesn't even need to use any charge moves, so it looks like no Psyduck this time. There's actually a new familiar face. It's gonna be the Ludicolo, not coming out right now, but in the back.
Mr. Masuda saving that last Pokemon for maybe a bit of a surprise. PokeAK probably expecting that Psyduck after these first 2 matches. Might be surprised to see something else.
Gonna go for the shield this time around, and Deoxys having all that energy saved up. Gonna be able to use multiple charge moves at once, so Masuda-san using another shield. Great shield usage, but of course now he does not have any shields left. PokeAK still does have 1 shield remaining, so let's see. Deoxys being able to charge his attack so quickly while being so defensive. Very, very strong Pokemon. Gonna be able to get a very powerful attack off there.
That Psycho Boost connects for a good amount of damage. Mr. Masuda charging up towards that Meteor Mash. Doesn't need to use it. Able to knock out that Deoxys and still have energy ready for a charge move against the Altaria here.
All right, here we go. Going to actually be able to get this charge move off. Gonna get the Excellent as well. Let's see if the shield comes out this time around for PokeAK. Looks like he is... Ooh, the Meteor Mash, super effective. Or not super effective, excuse me. Neutral, but very strong. And no shield coming out there. But I think that puts PokeAK in a very good position because he still has 1 shield left, and he's going to be able to knock out this Clef.
Interesting to see that switch there, as now Mr. Masuda is going to bring in Ludicolo. If this Ludicolo is running... Oh, unfortunately, it's Bubble. If it was running Razor Leaf, that Azumarill would have been stuck in a very disadvantageous position.
All right, no shields left. Here's an Ice Beam. Wow, that does so much damage there to the Ludicolo. Ludicolo, of course, does have super effective Grass-type attacks, but Azumarill is really able to chunk away right now with these Ice Beams, getting yet another charge move off yet before Ludicolo can even move. It's going to be another Ice Beam, almost knocking out the Ludicolo. It's really down to Ludicolo right now for Masuda-san. Going, looks like, for the Ice-type attack because the Grass-type attack didn't have enough energy. Gets the Excellent off. Is it able to do enough? Not quite.
Not very effective damage there. Again, unfortunately, without that Razor Leaf, Ludicolo unable to take this match.
Yeah, Azumarill getting its 3rd charge move off here against the Ludicolo. Should be able to get the knockout with no shield left from the Ludicolo. Going to be able to pick up the knockout. And PokeAK will take this 3-0 and will move on in the